All right, welcome back to the Closing Room AZ. I'm your host, Jesse, and we are going to start part 3 today of our podcast conversation that I'm having with my guest today, Alba Gill from Nations Lending. So just a quick shout out to Drake's Title for our sponsor of the day. They've been assisting us with our videos today, and we're thankful for their service. If you guys need any title escrow services, make sure you guys reach out to Drake's Title here in Phoenix, Arizona. They have multiple locations. They're also in Nevada, so reach out to them, and they'll take care of your needs, as well as reach out to me if you are looking to buy or sell a home. I'm also a realtor and investor, so I'd love to help you out. And with no further ado, let's jump right into our conversation. Welcome back, Alba.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You know, it's been a pleasure having you and having conversations with you throughout the day today. We're talking about so many different products. We've been pretty busy with that, so it's been pretty good. We talked about FHA, we talked about conventional, we talked a little bit about VA and ESCR products.
Mm-hmm. Jumbo
loans. Yeah, we were kind of in depth with some of these things, and there's a lot more information to that. So I want to make sure you guys know to reach out to her for more information, because we just kind of hit as far as I'm concerned, I think we just hit the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
There's a lot to know about mortgages, and we can't do it all in these 20-minute segments. So it's really important that, in my opinion, reach out to your professional advisor, in this case, our senior loan officer, Alba Gill, take care of those questions for you. So we are going to jump right into the qualifying process of a refinance or a purchase. We'll talk about that. So we want to talk about pre-qualifications for a buyer or when you're refinancing, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So kind of lead us into that, and let's talk about pre-qualifications.
Yeah. So something really important about Nations Lending, our hybrid company, that we do pre-qualifications a little bit different. Not a lot of lenders do this, but we do full pre-approval loans, meaning that we do send them to an underwriter even before sending the pre-qual out. So that's something that we do, and it's something that I'm very, very happy that we still have it, because I know it costs a lot of money, but we do it. We don't do any type of pre-quals unless we send it directly to an underwriter. We verify, their income, make sure that the underwriter looks at everything that I'm looking at to make sure that it's fully good to go. So that's one of the things that I'm proud of working for Nations Lending, that they allow us to do this without even having a contract for a client. So
okay, does it take longer?
Usually it takes longer. A pre-approval, I mean, anybody can give it to you the same day, 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever.
So hold on, before you even tell me how long it takes, what is a pre-approval, pre-qualification? What's the difference?
So pre-approval, it will be for whenever you send it to an underwriter. Pre-qualification, it will be when you look at a loan officer will just look at your documentation that you have, but they don't have like verifications of employment or anything like that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So they don't have all the particulars in order to get you qualified. It's just enough.
They have the basics.
Yes. And what they give you verbally is enough to just kind of let's run with it and see where you qualify based on.
Correct.
Right. Mm-hmm. So that's the what makes it quick. So what's the turnaround time?
So for the quick one, it will be the same day. That's usually how a lot of loan officers work. And if you're definitely saying some agents, or if you call me and say I need to make an offer today and it's really rushed and everything, okay, we can make it happen in a day. But my pre-quals, I send them to a full underwritten loan as a process, and they usually take a week. It depends on the verifications of employment. We have ability to do verifications digitally. So if we have everything digitally, we can send it the same day and then have 2 or 3 days after have the full approval from an underwriter.
Okay.
So that's usually good for 4 months. So a lot of people ask me that. How long is it good for? 4 months. We have the approval. The only thing we have to really do after we have a contract, it will be just to refresh the assets, refresh the pay stubs and stuff like that. So very important for people to understand why we do this. It's because when you send documentation to a loan officer for just a pre-qualification, just a simple one, we don't know in reality. And it's funny because a lot of people don't know their hiring dates. They don't know when they started. They don't know if they have bonus, if they're going to get paid bonus
Right.
again. I mean, a lot of those things that, I mean, it's funny. And a lot of people are like, I can't remember when I started working that company. So that's what we do the full. So we can make
Sure.
sure that we have the correct dates. We have overtime. We have everything that we can add to your income so we can qualify you in the correct manner. So that is very important, and I understand. I mean, some people don't even remember when their past address was, so or where it was. So it's okay. And when we do those type of full approvals, it's a peace of mind for everybody. I think for the buyer, for the seller, for the agents, that they're not gonna go show homes and then get their hopes up, and at the end something happened. So
Yeah, and that happens.
yes,
I learned my lesson many years back.
Yes.
They want to see a home, they love it, but they're not pre-qualified. I don't know exactly where they're at. And then before you know, you're like, oh, they don't qualify for this.
It sucks. I mean, it's like, oh no, I can't. I have to tell you that you don't qualify.
It's a bad experience for everyone involved in this transaction. Right?
Yes.
It makes it's mud in the eye for the agent.
Yes.
And of course, a bad experience for the client, for the buyer, and then before you know, you're like, oh, now they don't want to work with you, or
because they think it was you.
Right.
Yes.
It's always us.
Yes,
All
because
right.
you're the face. Yes.
That's true. No, it's it is what it is, but it's true. We got to get you pre-qualified for anything prior to.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to know that you kind of go a little different route with who with your company is you kind of get basically a pre-approval.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
and now do you have a portal, like something easy for the client to go into, like your website or a landing page for you that they could upload their information right away?
Yeah. So usually how it works, we send them the application and it's a portal. They can do it on the phone. They can do a computer. We do it on the phone with them. They can also do it on Apple and what's the other phone?
Android.
Android. Yes. So Android, they can do it on the phone. They can upload documents right there on the phone. As soon as they have the application completed and the documents, the portal is actually going to ask them for the documents that they need. So the portal is going to tell them if it's going to be a W-2, if it's going to need taxes, if it's going to need pay stubs, whatever it's going to need. So as soon as we have the complete application, we work on it the same day if it's before 3:00, and then we send it to an underwriter. We ask for verifications of employment. We ask for the assets. I mean, all that is going to be included. So that's why it takes usually a week for us to have the full approval from the underwriter. And we've had a lot of offers being accepted for that reason, because I can attach my approval from an underwriter. They're practically, after we have a contract, we don't have a lot to do because we already did everything since the beginning.
Sure.
So they've asked me, and listing agents have called me and they're like, how can you have this? Well, yeah, we do, because this is the way Nations Lending works. So I show them my pre-approval. I send them the underwriter approval and everything. So it's just a peace of mind for the seller. And it's way better for an offer.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's also commitment. In my personal opinion, I would say that if the client is willing to provide you all this information, then they are really interested in either refinancing or buying a house, and they're moving forward with it. If they just want to pre-qual, then they're just sometimes they're just looky-loos, they're just shopping around, and it doesn't really sometimes it just doesn't go nowhere. Yeah. So I like the fact that if they could give you everything, it means they're really serious. Right? Yeah. You got a serious client here on that you have
a feel for. You have the feel for it. Yeah. If they're really going to do it or not.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's talk about documentation, because I think my listeners want to know, well, what do we need? What kind of documents do you need for refinancing or for a purchase, right? Like, or they may say, look, I work for ABC company. I'm hourly paid. What do we need from me? Or I'm self-employed. I got a business. What do you need from me? So kind of walk me through. Let's talk about the person that's, first of all, a salary employee. What do you need from them to start off the process?
So usually it will be the last 2 years of W-2s, and it will be the last pay stub. We personally ask for the last pay stub for last year, 2025. And if they've been in the company for a long time, I am going to ask for 2024 pay stub. And the reason is because I want to know how they were getting paid before, if it was the same hours, if it was overtime, if we had bonus. So I want to have the whole scenario. I want to make sure that because a lot of people ask me, why do you need my 2024 last pay stub if you have my W-2? Yeah, unfortunately in the W-2, there's not a lot of information on it. It just has your bulk amount that you got paid. But it doesn't have it's not broken down into pieces as far as overtime, bonus, anything, any travel time, any holidays that you get paid, anything like that. So I ask for the W-2s last 2 years. I ask for the pay stubs for 2024, 2025, and 2026, and the recent ones. I ask for the last bank statement. I don't need taxes if it's a W-2 employee. If they are not a U.S. citizen, we ask for their residence card or their DACA or their permit to work here as well.
Okay.
As far as self-employed, it's going to be the last 2 years of taxes. If they haven't done taxes for 2025, it's going to be 2023 and 2024. Now we have the deadline until the 15th of April. So if they don't do taxes until that day, it's going to have to have, we're going to have the, what is it called? The letter.
Letter of employment?
No, for the self-employed, whenever you don't do taxes on time. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the letter. There's a letter that you ask,
All right.
for permission to do your taxes late.
Right.
But there's a letter that we, what is it called?
4506.
No.
Not the 4506?
No.
I'm off? Okay.
It's going to be, we're going to remember the,
All right.
the word.
And come back to episode number 4.
Yes.
We're going to have an answer for you. Come back.
Yes. So if you don't have your taxes for 2025, then we can use 2023 and 2024. So it's going to, for self-employment, usually we'll need 2 years of taxes.
Gotcha.
Now, a lot of people ask me, they've done my loan with only 1 year of taxes. Yes, it is doable. With a conventional loan, yes, it's doable with only 1 year of taxes.
All right.
As long as you have been in the business for 5 years or over. So.
Okay. I'm gonna be a little silly here because I was thinking about when you're asking me, and we're both trying to come up with it. And in my mind, I'm thinking I got something in mind. I want to throw something out, but I don't want to say the wrong thing. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Next time I'm gonna have like a reach out, like a helpline, right?
Yes,
you got a few things you can reach out to your helpline, or do you want a 50-50 chance? I don't know. I was thinking something silly like that.
Oh my God, we're gonna
that's kind of how I felt.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. My wife, she's been in the mortgage industry for a very long time. She's actually in the processing side
nice.
and the operations side. And whenever I have a question, I reach out to her. She's my helpline. I'm like, what do you know about this? Right? And when you're asking me, I'm like, let me grab my phone. I'm going to give her a call right now or text her, get that answer for the people here.
We should have that next time.
Oh, man. Okay. Okay. So different documentation on the income side of it for requirements, what you may need, whether you're a salary employee, W-2s, well, you didn't mention bank statements, but you said W-2s, pay stubs, and you even go as far as the prior year just to see what that looked like, if they were still being paid a certain salary, and if any other kind of bonuses or anything like that were put in place, right? When it comes down to being self-employed, then you're asking for their tax returns, and then
and assets.
And assets, right? Mm-hmm. When we talk about assets, when we speak about assets, what's considered assets?
The last 2 months of bank statements. So it will be checking, savings. We can also use like a 401k, any retirement, anything like that. We use as assets for the last 60 days.
Okay.
So we're going to ask 2 months.
And you're asking for that to show what? What's the reason for that?
First of all, to show the down payment, to show that they have enough money for the down payment. If not, it's going to be for closing costs. Sometimes we do depending on the loan, it's going to require reserves. So sometimes it requires like a 1 month reserve. Reserve, what it means is if your payment is $1,000, they want you to have a savings of $1,000 in case anything happens to you. You have that savings on the side.
All right, cool. I'm going to throw this out there. It's not for you to answer because I don't know if you can or not because you are the lender, all right? And I'm just the realtor, and I'm always trying to make it as easy as possible for my buyers. But I always tell my buyers, listen, if your bank statements show you have the down payment, if your bank statement shows you have X amount of dollars in there that shows enough reserves or whatever, we need to disclose nothing else. The less you disclose, the better to get things done a lot quicker.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
The less, the better. We don't want the underwriter to see more things that we don't want to.
Well, I appreciate that because you know what?
Yes.
I don't know. Sometimes I ask these questions, but I'm thinking I don't want to put them on the spot.
Yeah.
Because maybe the lender will require you still ask for all these things, right? But my experience has always been the less, the better.
Yes.
There's no need to open up a bunch of different things and ask questions. From a loan officer and a realtor, we want to make it as easy as possible, the transition of that purchase or that refinance. But from the operation side, when it comes down to processors and especially underwriters, they're going to ask if you're disclosing something, they have to ask for it.
Yes.
And not because they want to, it's because in order to be compliant, within the industry and of course their company. So they're regulated. I understand they have to ask for it. So I always said, listen, if you're going to show something, if you can't support it, it's going to be difficult and we don't need it. Don't disclose it. No need to.
Yeah.
Fair
Definitely.
statement?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely. And I remember the word now. The word for the taxes,
Yes.
it's going to be an extension. You have to
Your
file
extension.
an
How
extension
simple
with
is
a
that?
confirmation with extension.
Yes.
I'm like, what is the word? Is an extension? A confirmed extension from the IRS.
So true.
Yeah.
For our self-employed business owners
Yes.
that always do extensions for their taxes, they're saying extension. Come on now, let's say
I'm pretty
it,
sure all
right?
the comments are going to be extension.
I'm self-employed. I've been very fortunate, knock on wood. I didn't have to do any extensions. I just get them done. We move forward. But for those people that have those big companies, organizations where they have multiple employees, and sometimes they have to have that extend their taxes. It's the extension forms that they need to provide.
Yeah.
So, all right. Awesome. Talk to me a little about credit pool and how that happens when you are pre-qualifying them.
So very important when you guys when the clients do the portal, they go into the portal and they do the pre-qualification form. It does not pull their credit. It does a soft pull to the credit, so it doesn't affect them in any way.
Okay.
As far as pulling a hard pull.
All right, hold on. Wait, because I want the listeners to know this part.
Yeah.
Because I heard people always tell me the same thing. Look, we're going to run the credit, but it's considered a soft pull, not a hard pull. A hard pull is basically your credit score will come down X amount. Your credit score. If your credit score is, for example, 800, it may drop 10 points. So now you're going to be at 790. I don't know the number, but I'm just kind of throwing it out there.
Yeah.
A soft pull, does your credit score go down
No.
at all?
No, it shouldn't. No.
Okay. So it's kind of like those third-party credit companies that say,
Yeah.
you log online, run my credit. You can pull your credit. It doesn't cost you anything. You can see it, right? But they don't pull all three credit bureaus. They only pull, for the most part, these third parties. I don't want to put a name out there.
Yeah, I know.
They usually pull two credit bureaus, right? We got Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, and they'll probably pull two of those three together.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a consumer credit pool
Yes.
when somebody's applying for a credit card. But on the mortgage side, on a soft pool, we pull in all three credit bureaus.
Correct.
We are.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can pull soft on the three of them. We can do the soft
can.
on the three. Yeah. So it depends on the client. When I see the soft pull of the first, usually we do TransUnion. The portal will do automatically the TransUnion one. When we kind of iffy about it, we're like, I go with the client. I talk to the client about what's going on their soft one. If there's some iffy things on there, I'll pull the three. The good thing about it is that we can do credit analysis on the soft pull. So that's very important for the client, that sometimes they're like, well, how can I improve my credit? How can I do this? So we do, and there's no cost to it with the soft pull. So we don't even have to pull their actual credit, their hard pull, as long as we have the soft pull, and we can do an analysis with it to tell them, okay, if you pay this, and that, and your FICO score is going to go up to this, or if you close this account or open this account. So we can kind of give them an idea of how they can increase their FICO score with only a soft pull.
Okay. And when you're pulling the credit, are you pulling these through a certain platform like DU, desktop underwriting, or ASU, which is automated underwriting services? Are you using?
Yeah, we do DU.
You use DU, okay.
Yeah.
And then that'll populate and come back and say, based on the information you gave me,
Yeah.
credit score, the income that you plugged in, and blah blah blah. This is what you
Yeah.
pre-qualify for.
Yes. Correct.
Right. I want to say pre-qualify or pre-approved.
Pre-approved. Once we send it to underwriter, it's a pre-approval. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pre-qualification. It will be without sending it to the underwriter. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. What else? There's a lot more information. I've got some questions for you, but again, believe it or not, we've been talking for almost 20 minutes. And I'm trying to keep it short for our listeners because I want them to come back to us. And that's the key for me, for them to come back and say, hey, can Alba share more with us? Perhaps if we don't answer all the questions today, I want them to send me a DM, put it on the comments or whatever, say, bring her back, give me more information. And I know we're going to hear some of that. But is there anything in the pre-qual or pre-approval that I'm missing that you want to talk about? We know that we need income. We know they're going to pull the credit. We know it goes to underwriting. And without going through that process of what it looks like when it goes into processing, when it goes to underwriting, when it goes to closing, funding, and all the way throughout, without going through all that, because it's more on the back end of it, is there anything else that perhaps you want to share, or maybe I didn't ask you?
No, I think it's very important for everybody to understand that it's very important in today's market to have a good approval, to have a good paper that you show the seller, I'm ready, and this is why I'm offering all these negotiating points. I think from a seller point, it's very important to have that approval because they're gonna see that you're serious and that you're done. I mean, you don't have to do a lot of stuff to it. So definitely, from a listing agent perspective, it will be a wow.
All right. Additional items I just want to throw out there. Okay. I'm sure they're important, but you tell me at this process, hey, yeah, we definitely need it, or we can get it down the road. We got to make sure, as far as verification of documentation, that you have a driver license.
We don't need a driver's license if you're a U.S. citizen. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Social Security numbers?
Yes. We don't need a card, but we need your number in the portal. Yeah.
Okay. So we do need an SSI.
Yes.
Okay. If you got rental property, we need rental history.
Yes, the rental history, and it will be the taxes we can show on the taxes as well.
Okay, all right. So you'll need your Schedule E for rental.
Correct.
Okay, you don't need anything else.
Usually it will be the Schedule E and your lease, so that way we can show how much is it.
Okay, if you're divorced, you were refinancing, but you're divorced, do you need a divorce decree?
Yes, it would be a divorce decree, any child support documents that we need, any payment history, stuff like that. Yeah.
All right, so that's the things that we need to make sure we get to you.
Yep.
If you're in that realm, whether you're refinancing or you're buying a property.
Correct.
To get qualified.
Yes. And for ITIN people, if there's any ITIN listening, we do ITIN loans, and I will need the letter of the ITIN letter from the USCIS. So that's definitely something that's going to help us out with your ID.
Okay, cool. All right, everyone. So we didn't touch on everything. We may have a part 4. We'll talk about it and see if Alba wants to do a part 4 on it, because I think there's a little bit more about income qualifications and documentation requirements for pre-approval or pre-qualification, whichever way we end up going with this. In our case, pre-approval is the best option because that gets you more certified that you are pre-qualified, ready to go with the transaction. But other than that, I think anything else that maybe I'd be missing you want to add before we close up?
No, I think that's it.
No?
Just choose your right lender so they can do a full approval.
All right.
And you don't have any hiccups at the end.
Give me your phone number again.
602-400-7235.
All right. One more time. I want to make sure they got it.
602-400-7235.
All right. Perfect. That is her number. Give her a text. Reach out to her. She'll give you some information. Show her some love. And hopefully she'll take care of you guys on your next deal here. Again, Alba, thank you so much for your expertise. Truly appreciate your all the knowledge that you have and what you bring to the table. So looking forward to maybe working with you in the near future on my own transactions.
Yep.
So we'll stay in touch. We'll keep working on some of these deals. Till next week, if you guys have any questions or you'd like would like to hear about a different subject that you want us to tackle, please make sure you guys reach out to us on our Instagram at the Closing Room AZ, or on our Facebook site, on our website for YouTube, the Closing Room AZ, all one word. Want to make a quick disclosure. There's several other companies out there called the Closing Room, but if you type in the Closing Room AZ, all one word, that'll get you right into our site. You'll see our logo with the mic on it. It says AZ on it, and that'll put you right in. Take a look at our videos. Take a look at our shorts and so forth. Let me know what you like. Subscribe, like, and so forth. Give me some feedback. Until then, thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Thank you.
And wish you guys a beautiful week ahead. Set no limits.
Thank you. Thank you.